Yeah, there is caffeine in tea, but nowhere near as much per gram. A LAN party, not a LAN party. LAN network. Basically means a bunch of people get together, plug their computers into a network and game. You've returned from your cave. Look at these bikers, they can't even lean over. Get your knee down, lad. Be a proper biker. The AI too scared to get their knees down. That's what it is. Might fall over. Yeah, I love the smell of freshly brewed coffee anyway. Freshly brewed coffee and freshly baked bread are like two of the best smells. Especially in the morning. Oh yeah, that's a good point, Peterbilt. I've totally forgot to get photos tonight. Good call. Dude, no, 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 no. Hang on a sec. Gonna see if I can get a photo of you know who. Look at him. The old snuggly wuggly on his blanket. Aww. He knows we're talking about him. Shh, shh. The ore is strong with this one. Ooh. Don't remember seeing that before. Mills, thank you for 39 months. It's not going on Instagram. I could put it on Instagram. You see, he's gone near the door now. He always does this. I said to Mrs. Squirrel, she said, should I bring Doyle in and he can stay with you? I said, there's no point. I said, if you bring him in here, what happens is, after a while, he gets up and goes to the door and sits there because he's thinking, maybe everybody else has come back. And so he sits there and just refuses to settle down. Unless it's nighttime. At nighttime, like 10, 11 o'clock, he loves coming in here and chilling out and just sleeping here until I go in. Because he knows there's nobody in there. What is going on here? So yeah, he's now gone to the door. The thing is about these motorbikes, they can actually ride side by side. This trailer feels a lot heavier than the last one. 18 tons, it feels more. get a photo before I forget. Your dog used to sit under your desk right near your pedals. Yeah, it's when you're racing and they sit on your pedals, that's when it's a problem. Yeah, Brillar, it's great, my man. I'm getting deja vu. The worst biker overtake ever. Ever. Why delivery's not showing up, Nick? I don't know. I've not had any events come through, Nick. For you. Last one was X-Luke at 7 o'clock saying, what? Coffee, not tea? He did his best. Oh, in that case, White, then give him a gold star. It's alright, love. You did your best. Have a gold star. We're all winners. There's no losers. Oh, he's going for it. Solid double lines, and the cop is not even bothered. Oh, it's a head-on. Look at the lines. Look at the painted lines. Mop it! Maybe he just fancied, like, a meeting with the biker. Even the cop ignored him. Yeah, the biker rode up to him and went, 1v1 me, bro. Oh yeah, probably, Christoph. If I cross the lines, I'll be fined. Or I'll probably get like a wrong way offence. How do you know it wasn't a biker chick, Taipan? Of course I watched Knight Rider. Knight Rider was brilliant. Michael Knight. A shadowy flight into the world of a man who does not exist. Doodaloo, doodaloo. That one. Couldn't see the lights. Airwolf. Yeah, Airwolf was like... I really liked the helicopter in Airwolf, but the guy who played the actor, I can't remember his name, he wasn't very good, was he? He was a bit cheesy. Like his facial expressions and his acting was a bit dodgy. That was him, Jean-Michel Vincent. He wasn't the best actor. He died this week, Baz. Wow. He wasn't a brilliant actor, but I liked I like the concept. I like the Airwolf concept. It's amazing though, back then, when Airwolf was out and Knight Rider was out, we also had the Street Hawk, so you had the motorbike, the car, and the helicopter. All using like high-tech gadgets and hunting down bad guys. It's weird how there was a cluster of them. What do I think of the new Magnum PI? I don't rate him at all. Mr. Squirrel likes watching it, but I just look at it and I'm like, he doesn't even have a mustache. This is not Magnum. Like, you can't have Magnum and not have a mustache. It's like, that's what Magnum is. He's a mustache detective. It's ridiculous. Yeah, and we have Blue Thunder as well. Norbia, welcome to the NetHouse, Norbia. Thank you for your support. Appreciate that. Thank you. Do you have a video about the new wheel? There's a video where I look at different wheel setups, and this is one of them. There'll be a separate video about this shifter at some point. You've always wanted Super Pursuit mode on what, on your Audi, Baz? Who doesn't? No. No. When you say car, do you mean kit? Kit stands for Knight Industries 2000, I think. I don't think it was called car. Agree with that, Gibber. Oh, car was the right... Oh, right, okay. Gotcha. His arch enemy, gotcha. I mean, you know, these shows had a spoon of... Well, perhaps a tablespoon of cheese about them. But they were a good watch. They were still better than Baywatch. Although I'm not really sure that whenever I watched Baywatch, I really got the story. A light dusting of Parmesan. Oh, Baywatch was all about the story. It's all about the plot line. The rescue attempts, the emotions, that's... Are you saying Baywatch was about something else? Foxy Fred, welcome back. You don't watch Baywatch for the story? I did. I would love to know the story of how David Hasselhoff managed to bag being on that show. I would love to know how that happened. It seems to me there would be male actors lining up to be on that show, and he got that job, and I want to know how. Now, there's more than luck here. There's, you know... How did he get that job? He created it, did he really? He created the show. You can just imagine the pitch, can't you? The pitch to all the executives. I've got this idea for a show. So there's me, and I'm like this lifeguard. And all the other lifeguards are very nice looking women in bathing suits. Yep, I know, it's a great idea. Imagine the executive just going, yeah, that's a terrible idea, let's not do that. Nobody wants to see that show made. I suppose you're in the centre of all that, Michael? Yeah, exactly, I'm in the middle of it all. Right, okay. The pitch. Foxy Fred, thank you for 8 months. Well, if he created that show, I've got to hand it to him. That was a genius move. I'm working on a college government paper that I forgot about and I realised was due at midnight tonight. Rip. Working my way through while listening to the drive, Foxy Fred. Good luck. Does anybody think that sign's a little bit in the middle of the road? The Hoff. Thing is, I don't know what happened, but he's not considered like, I don't know, he's not that popular now, is he? He's considered a little bit creepy these days, I think. Agent Truffles, 40 months, missing you guys. Always working Sundays. No! Thank you for double top months, Agent. You know when an actor's career is really over? When they end up on I'm a Celebrity. That's when you know that they've basically hit rock bottom. And they're trying to kickstart their career. When they turn up on I'm a Celebrity. He has serious drinking issues, I never knew that. Don't hassle the Hoff. You gotta love that stuff. He was on Grand Tour. I remember, he was terrible. He was terrible. He's just so, like, he thinks he's so kind of... He thinks he's way bigger than he really is. He's, like, so self-important, it's ridiculous. It's just, like, mind-blowingly ridiculous how self-important he is. You had a Tauren hunter in Warcraft called Hasselhoof. I suspect there's like one on every realm. What if there was a show called I'm a Content Creator, Get Me Out of Here? If it involved any of the things they do on that show, you would never see me on that show. We all know that it was Hasselhoff that brought down the Berlin Wall. That was his moment, wasn't it? That was when he was there singing. Like, he basically took the mic and in a fit of emotion just started to sing as the wall came down. As if, like, he was the one that was the power that brought the wall down. It was just unbelievable to watch. And everybody was on TV, everybody's watching TV just going, hang on a minute. Isn't that the guy out of Baywatch? What's he doing there? Why do I get the feeling this truck has gone all the way? Oh, he's not. That's going all around the outside of it then. He's just looking for freedom. Hey, Morris. That was just, oh. Is it more than a bit of a has-been? Yeah, I remember that, the Berlin Wall. Remember him being there. Rob White, Twitch, thank you for 18 months. Yeah, I think it was the... Was it 92 when the wall came down? I can't remember. It's about then. Was it 89, was it? Blimey. Blimey. Wait, what? So that's like 30 years ago? Wait, was it 89 or 1990? You guys seem to be confused here. How are you getting different results out of Google? This doesn't make sense. We've got 89, 90 and 91 in chat. Come on, Google better. Who's using Bing? Oh my god. Somebody's looking for answers with Bing. This is going really badly. Of course he made a ton of money in Baywatch. What do you mean? He doesn't remind you of William Shatner in any way. How can Hasselhoff be anything like William Shatner? 3rd of November 1989 the wall came down. And yeah, USMC Vet says November 91. How does this... Which one of you's on Bing? '89 the wall came down, 90 was the reunion. So where does 91 come in? Was that when they put a McDonald's on the wall? Let's ask Jeeves, yeah? Maybe Jeeves can give us the right answer. Pepsi, which t-shirt, Pepsi? What are you doing on the inside lane, bro? You should be on the outside lane when you want to leave. What's going on? Yeah, USMC, you might be talking about the date when, like, the last parts of the wall got removed. But there was the date when people started hitting it with hammers and broke sections of the wall off. I think that was 89. But it probably took 2 years to bring the rest of it down. It was quite a big wall. When Trump builds his wall, right? When that gets torn down, I want to see Hasselhoff stood on top of it singing. I want to see that. He's got to be there for that wall as well. He's the man. He's the breaker of walls. He is the Hoff. He needs to be there for both walls. He's like Game of Thrones. He's like Khaleesi, the breaker of chains. Hoff, the breaker of walls. Give that man a microphone and he will tear your wall down. I want to be there for that. Live from Mexico. The Hoff brings down a second wall. I'd watch that. Uh-oh, somebody's car's broke down. Rip. Do you know what? I don't see many cars these days with radiator issues. What I normally see is, I tell you what, I was driving down the M25 this morning, and on the other, no, yesterday morning, and the other side of the M25, there was a massive amount, like traffic was stopped, and at the front of it was like 3 police cars, and then I could see the problem. There'd been a multi-car smash, and there were people at the side of the road and bits of car everywhere. It was like, jeez, man. And it must have originally just happened, or like 5-10 minutes ago. There was no ambulances there yet, so not good. But yeah, the most I see is like tires by the side of the road. People like with blown tires. You don't tend to see like blown radiators. If you really want to why esports players don't play on a super widescreen monitor, you first need to understand why they play 4:3 black bars on the side of the normal monitor. I know why they play 4:3 Whiteland. They play 4:3 on a widescreen monitor so they get massive sized heads to shoot at because they can't aim properly. That's why they do it. I just find that cheap. But whatever. But Whiteland, more importantly, what did you think of the widescreen monitor on Siege with 60 field of view? The old wanderer, good day, been working out in the yard. What have I missed? Just some trucking and stuff. I remember when we used to play, I remember we used to play DayZ, the mod, when it first came out. And we've been playing it a few weeks, and we'd never really played Armour before. And then we started to learn about how you would lie down in some foliage, and then somebody on the other side of the map would just shoot you in the face. You're thinking, how the heck have they saw me? Like, how can they see me? And it turns out that all you need to do is like just mess about with your graphic settings, just start dialing down foliage, shadows, like all kinds of stuff, and then you think you're hidden, but you're not, because somebody that's dialed down the settings is now seeing a completely different render that makes you super obvious. And at that point you're sort of thinking, oh my god. You know, what is the point? Because I can't use my environment anymore to sort of hide myself, because some guy with just some cheap graphics settings can actually has got a better job. Like if you spent more money on a graphics card and dial your settings up, you actually made the game harder for yourself. You just made the game look prettier but made it harder for yourself. And if you dial the settings down, you can see your opponents more easily. And another famous one in Armour was your backpack, or even just like going prone. You were like going prone along the ground, but from a distance the engine would like render you with your backpack sticking up, or like you were in defilade, or you thought you was, but you wasn't really, because the rendering would just show you completely. So you think you're crawling along in grass and you can't see anything because the grass is like this, and somebody looking at you, it's just, they can see like 80% of your body. Thank you, Nitro. There are different kinds of anti-aliasing, Yurak. If you go to Wikipedia, it will explain the actual differences in the way that the mathematics work, but they're essentially different kinds of anti-aliasing. There are many variations of it. That's why you love playing ETS. There's no hiding in the grass. Fair point. Fused, thank you for 52. Fleming, thank you for 52. I don't know, Tommy. I don't know why you don't hide in the grass in ETS 2. I don't know. I don't play Daisy, as said. I've no idea. Haven't played it for years. Didn't play the release version. Didn't even buy it. DayZ is basically walking simulator. I mean, once Dean Hall, like Dean Hall was like the creator of the mod, and then he ended up working at Bohemia, and then while he was at Bohemia, allegedly delivering DayZ, he decided to go and walk up a mountain. It's like, okay. Somebody's not taking this seriously. And then by the time it got released, I think he then immediately left the project and left Bohemia to deal with it. And then he went off making other games. To him, it was a social experiment. But yeah, Bohemia really, like, totally messed up that whole project. It's been a year since you watched Sunday Night Trucking. Welcome back. You wonder how much FPS who has? Hella dude. Some serious gloving going on. Well, we've had a bit of practice with that delivery spot now. Like a glove. Yeah, still got the theme tune, of course I have. Can't get rid of that. Bit more XP. 5 out of 10. Halfway. What a magnificent delivery. Oh, I like that. I like the way that's phrased. This is one of the ownable trailers to achieve, Jensins. So, for delivering the 10, you get the World of Trucks achievement, and then you get the cap interior accessory. If you do the 5 destinations as well, you get the World of Trucks achievement, a special World of Trucks achievement. Interior accessory 150th truck model of one of the 3 racing trucks, random drop. A mug interior accessory and a beautiful racing inspired paint job. There is no mention of an owned trailer in that list, I don't think. Is the event compatible with Pro Mods? Legit, Rob. Nothing in the World of Trucks job market will ever spawn a job that goes outside of official map. So no. And in fact, I don't know if you actually having said that, if you've got Pro Mods installed, actually it might do. It might do. It depends. Has anybody tried it? Because in theory, the job market can spawn jobs from one city to another. But it might just be rendered differently because you've got Pro Mods. As you drive through Germany, for example. I don't know. Actually don't know. World of Trucks jobs don't really work with Pro Mods, says Tommy. Personally, I wouldn't risk it, but it's up to you. Yeah, hit and miss. That probably is about accurate. To do the jobs, you had to remove Pro Mods. I kept saying my truck was too long to accept the job, even though I only had a 2-axle. Right, there you go. Disable Pro Mods to do it then. Otherwise, you'll get a truck is too long error. I like the error. So that was, let's see. That was Prague. Have we done Munich or Bremen? Munich not found. Okay, makes sense. You have to go Munchen, right. Well. Doesn't look like we can get one from Bremen. Thanks, Crossbow. Same thing happened in the Christmas event. I am Kingy. Welcome back. What's going on here then, eh? Nightmare. Mom Squirrel's playing Superman again. I'm sorry, it's the easiest way. This ain't working out, is it? Could it be the Aura extended map? It's unlikely because it just adds to the east of the current, like it doesn't change anything in the map itself, it's just adding off to the east, so it shouldn't affect it, whereas pro mods will like smash through things here. Well, maybe it's called something else, but that's a nice pink trailer. Doesn't appear to be here. Oh. Found one. 764. Jeez.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
Hmm. You think the name of different to make it, people have to search for them? Could be. Simon D, thank you for 56 months. Dolly. Come here, boy. Come here. Let's say hi. Come on. Come on, pal. Right, you put your paws on the wheel there, like that. And you can drive. How's that sound? Free from the distractions of Mrs. Squirrel. I don't know if you can see, but his right paw is actually on the wheel, isn't it? You okay? I am Kingy, thank you for Twitch, baby. 9 months. You're seeing stuff. What can you see, darling? McBone, I use TSM and Pro mods for events. Only problem with events and Pro mod is when I in Berlin. It says truck or trailer too long. So it's just Berlin you had a problem. Alright, pal. Just me and you, isn't it? Eh? I think so, Beaker. I think so. I think he heard Mrs. Squirrel's voice. Look at his face. Such a cutie. Honestly, the most chill dog I've ever owned. You have to put you down, don't you? You have to sit over there on your mat. Don't know what he's looking at. He's the strong, silent type. Doggo cakes. Like your nightmare. Go for Prime Minister. Couldn't possibly do a worse job. Right. High five. You're going to sit down now. See you later. There you go. Your cat is fascinated by a doll on the screen. You can imagine. I'm surprised we didn't get the AI complaining about us blocking the road. Yeah, pretty much nightmare. It's like, where's the snack? Where's the snacks here? This isn't what I come to do. Oh yeah, I could show the wax stamp, couldn't I, Tommy? Hang on. For you guys that weren't here yesterday, Custard sent in a custard box, and he sent in like, this is like his Yachts 5 thing because he can't be here next weekend. So he sent in this this card, and then this card, and then that's why they're here. And then a bunch of like chocolates and stuff, and also he sent in these things, which just look like random bits of plastic, until you put the light behind them, and then all of a sudden, get this right. You see that? How weird is that? It's like this hidden image. And he sent this thing in. Oh, his letters came in like a wax seal. I was like, oh, I've always wanted to do like a wax seal. And then lo and behold, in the box was this wax seal kit. So you get 2 candles, you get a metal spoon, 3 different colours of wax, and then the stamp for it. And the stamp for it, one of them, if you can see it, is basically an S. So it's like a squirrel S. And the other one is a Downy paw print. So it means you can like create letters, drip wax, put a Downy paw print seal on it. How do you use it? It's really easy, Matty. You basically... It's how they used to seal scrolls and stuff to make sure nobody'd read it. But then they used to seal letters with it as well. So you have this metal spoon here. And you light a candle. And you basically melt... You melt this wax into the spoon. And then you just pour the wax over the letter. And just before it completely sets, you stamp it. And that's where the phrase seal of approval comes from. Because people used to seal things with they used to have a unique, everybody used to have like a unique stamp. So you had a unique seal. It was a bit like your signature in a way. So like the Queen had one and nobody else could copy it. And so if you got a scroll from the Queen and it had her seal on it, you knew it came from her, basically. It's pretty cool stuff. But yeah, it's a good gift. Really nice gift. I forget what else he bought. Oh, he got me some chili nuts. Got some crispy chili coated nuts as well, which is nice. Dole's literally head just picked up then. He thought, hello, schmacko time. Yeah, I need a Targaryen seal. You want to see a letter from Doyle so you can frame it? Lol. Well, I don't know, Captain Flint. I think it was just one of the ways of proving that it was an official letter. I mean, there's nothing to stop you from copying the stamp if you could get a good copy of the stamp. I don't know. Maybe they sort of restricted who could make the stamps. I imagine that if you copied the Queen's stamp, it was treasonous. You used to send mod acceptance letters. Well, that too, Nightmare. But in theory, if you had the stamp, you could open it, remove the wax as best as you can, and reseal it, couldn't you? In theory, it was possible to tamper with it, but highly unlikely. Yeah, I'll make sure I handwrite all the convoy acceptance letters out, Captain Flint. I'll handwrite them all out and then wax seal everyone. And that way, at least 3 people will definitely join the convoy. Tech Nugget, welcome back. Oh my god, I've got a pink truck. What? Yachts, year of the stamp. It's a pink, man. That man is pink. Well, of course he is. No, but that man is pink. No, it's not a mod. It's in the base game. You watched an entire race on last ETRC on YouTube. Never thought it would be that enjoyable. Truck racing is actually quite cool. I remember there was a truck racing game I tried. What was it called, that truck racing game? And it, like, trucks race completely differently to cars. It's just like, the understeer is real. Was it called Hard Truck? It wasn't a bad effort of a game, actually. Just, it's a shame they didn't develop it properly. Formula Truck, it was something like that. Revons, welcome back with 30 months. Does iRacing have truck racing in it? No, they call it truck racing, but it's pickup truck racing. It's not cab over truck racing. The Truck Fest this year, X Factor Star and Harry Redknapp are going to be there. I don't watch X Factor, Mrs. Fusty. Wait. That guy's truck is not far off the same colour. But mine's better. Oh yeah, Mrs. Frosty. I mean, X Factor's going to be there. Harry Redknapp's going to be there. But they've not yet announced, and we know this, but they've not yet announced it, Mrs. Frosty. Pringles Leaf is going to be the... He's the main attraction, but they've tried to keep it quiet. Apple's Dude Gaming with 24 months. Golden Acorn hype. Yeah, with his Joe book. I'm gonna bring a green screen for Pringle to hold up because I know how much he's missed it. And we can have, like, you guys can get photos of Pringle holding up a green screen. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh no, you have Pringle. Your biceps have never been as strong since, have they? You was in your prime. Your biceps were like, you were like Popeye. Have they, Bob? Why do you think that is, Bob? Why is that guy in lane 3? Never mind that lane 2's free. Why is he even in lane 3? You finished all your exams, Finn? Nice. Congrats. Mrs. Squirrel's enjoying Mother's Day, so she's out. And Doyle sat there. He was just on like 10 minutes ago. The motorbikes are going down lane 2 and the truck is in lane 3. I've seen it all now. This is unbelievable. No, not yet, Simon G. What is this madness? Yeah, it's illegal in the UK, Baz. They're just not allowed in lane 3. Coaches can go in lane 3, but he can't. Why, what happened? I don't understand, Mrs. Frosty, what happened? I can't remember what happened, Mrs. Frosty. I know, Adeldril. UK and Ireland Mother's Day today. That's why we get very confused, Adeldril, when you come into here in May and go, Happy Mother's Day, everybody! And in the UK we're going, what? 3 hours of searching for your car? What? In the car park? At Truckfest? I'm pretty certain, Mrs. Foster, you can get an app now for your phone that you just basically, when you get out your car, you kind of mark where you are, and then later you can find it again. Yeah, just like, you can do all kinds of things to find your car, like you can put a roof rack on there, like you say, tie a balloon to your car, or take a photograph of where it is. It's like whenever I go to an airport, in my car, As soon as I get out the car, the first thing I do is take a picture of the car, where it is, and the actual, like, place where it is with the floor level and parking space. I take pictures of it, because by the time I come back, I've forgotten. Sean, thank you for 25 months. Google Maps marks your car automatically. Does it? How does it know you're in your car? You can set a marker. There you go, Mrs. Frosty. Use Google Maps and set a marker. Should be accurate to like about 10 meters. Well, the best thing to do, Mrs. Frosty, is, like, do you know anybody else that's going in a car? Just drive in with them and park next to them. That's the best thing. Are you staying in a hotel? Are you staying overnight or anything? We went to York last week, and as you left your car, Google Maps notified me to mark my car on the map. There you go. Just use Google Maps, Mrs. Frosty. Just try it out. Like, go down to Tesco or something tomorrow with Google Maps and then get it to mark where you are and see if it can find your car again. Feels weird having longer daylight savings. And I noticed this afternoon that the sun went down quite a lot later than it did yesterday. And what I want to know is, how do they move the sun like that? How do they move it so it's higher up in the sky? Oh, they push the Earth down. That makes sense. I thought they moved the sun up. I was like, how can you move the sun? That's ridiculous. But if they push the Earth down, okay, that's fine. You like the Acer screen, Whiskey Man? Dude, it's insane. If the Earth is flat, how do you explain, like, if you fly towards the sun, you can make the sun come back up again? How would you do that on a flat Earth? It's a cheat mod. Right, so they're cheating, that makes sense. Yeah, just open up the Earth's console and cheat. If you fly to the sun at night, it's safe. Yeah, true story. That's very true. Absolute disaster. You really can't. I often wonder, like, these YouTube channels that are dedicated to flat Earth theory. I often wonder, do they actually genuinely believe that, or are they just there to make some money? Like, we're going to make a whole bunch of these videos, and we know full well people are going to argue in the comments and, you know, all the rest of it, but they're going to watch our videos, they're going to make a ton of money just arguing about this all day. Or are they just like massive trolls and they think to themselves, I'm just going to wind people up with this? And they just make these videos just to wind people up? Because there's, you know, there's other reasons apart from just believing it. There are genuinely other reasons you would do it. Make money and wind people up. And you know that people love doing both. It all started as a meme. I think there are a certain number of people that, you know, wonder if it's true. But, you know, there's also people that wonder if ghosts are true. Or, you know, if aliens have landed on the planet. You know, there's always a certain amount of people that just kind of go, well, you never know. You know, and you can't really answer that. It could be, you never know. They might have doctored all the photos from Earth, from satellites, you know. Conspiracy theory. I would love to point out to these flat earthers how we have managed to circumnavigate the globe using a sextant and a compass hundreds of years ago. And like the entire marine navigation theory was built on the back of a round Earth, a spherical Earth. And it's proven to have worked time and time and time again. And if you have a flat Earth, you can't have a magnetic field that behaves the way it does. Therefore, it must be wrong because all of this evidence contradicts it. And you can test it all for yourself. There's not one thing they can say to you, you can go and try this now and prove the Earth is flat. No, that's true. You can't, like you say, you can't fight idiots with logic. That's true. Believe what they want to believe, so be it. Of course it wouldn't. Of course it would never be stable. The fact that you look in the sky and every single thing that you see is basically spherical might be a bit of a clue. Can't believe it's nearly 18 months since SCS released the next-gen scanner. Yeah. But it still looks like a boss. Ben GT, thank you for gifting a sub to Rowan. Welcome back, Rowan. Thank you, Ben GT. It's very kind. I need to get another photo of this truck. I put a ball on the ground and it didn't roll. That proves it's flat. Convoy applications. You've not got very long to apply. Form closes. Action shots. Cover of a magazine. Wheelie in the bike. Race car. Look at the front cover of like motorsports mags, and they're so often tilted. Like motorbike mags are like almost always either somebody popping a wheelie or somebody with the knee down. JP style, here's the thing, you don't have to believe what people teach you in school. You don't have to believe it. All of science is based on a very simple premise. You have a theory about something, you test the theory, and you test it again, and then you release it to the scientific world for them to test, and then they all test it, and once all the scientists are happy that it's proved, and they can all test it, and get reproducible results, it's then accepted as a fact. That's how science is built. Scientific knowledge is literally built that way, and has been for centuries. So everything that they tell you about a spherical Earth, you can go and test yourself. You don't have to believe them. It doesn't require faith, it requires you to prove it for yourself. Suddenly this truck doesn't look pink anymore. It kind of looks... I don't know what colour that is, but it's not quite pink. It's like a peachy pink. It's a summer-only convoy, sir. Salmon, that's it. It's like a salmon colour. Is climate change real? That's a much harder one to prove. Because there's no one thing that you can do to prove that. And the fact is, the Earth's climate is always changing. So climate change is like, it's a bit of a, I guess it's a kind of an oxymoron, but it's always changing. So the phrase climate change is kind of meaningless in a way. But what they really mean by that is like we're accelerating the change in a direction that is not good for us. That's what they mean. And some people deny it, and some people say it's a real problem. It depends on who you believe, because it is not. You can't just go, because of that one thing, this is happening. It's very hard to relate things in the climate because they happen over long periods of time for a kickoff, and the data that we have doesn't go back that far, and the things that we're doing logically are probably having an effect, but are they the only thing that's having an effect? And this is the issue. And how do we fix it, and how do you get like countries to sort of agree to fix it? And you know, it's a big problem.